What's the fastest way to wholesale your first house? Well, in this video, I'm going to explain it all so you know what you need to do is simply stand by. Let's get it.
Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. TikTok, you don't stop. I will help you make your paper stack. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? 205-964-5243. Now you know. 205-964-5243. Now you know.
Hello, guys. This is Ty, aka the Flip Man. The fastest way to wholesale your first house. As a wholesaler, you need two things in order to get paid. You need a motivated seller and you need a cash buyer. All right, you're going to put those two together and you're going to stand in the middle to get paid. Okay, there are two schools of thoughts. Should you build your cash buyers list first and go out and find what they want? Or should you find the great deal, a motivated seller, and market that deal and the cash buyers will come to you? Both work. But in this video, we're going to start with the cash buyer side of it. Now, having a strong cash buyers list, and it doesn't have to be large, and especially when you're starting out, you literally could have just one individual or one company that wants to buy and you go find what they want. Ideally, 3, 5, maybe to 7 buyers would be ideal, but I'm going to show you an actual shortcut to that. All right. So the first part of it, we're going to get into the cash buyer side of it, and then we'll go into finding the great deal, aka the motivated seller. Okay, so we're going to focus on cash buyers. All right, there are two simple ways of locating cash buyers. All right, first, we're going to start over here at old Google. And what you can do is, any market, what you'll simply do is put in the name of the city. Sell my house fast. And the name of the city. And so we'll just go with Nashville, Tennessee. All right. Boom. Okay, so if you didn't know this about Google, these first 4 listings up here to have ad beside them, you've investors / wholesalers have paid to be here. All right. Now, some of these will be national brands, and so you can use those, and they may be helpful, but I normally like to target, or I would suggest targeting what appear to be local actual companies. Okay. All right. So you see these right here, they paid a lot of money to be here. And at some point you can graduate to this point also, because it can be very effective. All right. But what you'll do is we'll just click on one of them. Even though it's going to cost them a little bread, but hey, maybe they get a deal from it. And so they're going to have their contact information there, along with a form that can be filled out, but you'll reach out to them, introduce yourself, let them know you're going to have properties, and what are they actually looking for, what areas they target and stuff, but try to keep the conversation as short as possible. All right, now those are the paid searches. So now you have the organic results here, the ones that don't have ad beside them. Now, if you go all the way down, you'll see ads again at the bottom, but in the middle of those two sections, you'll have your organic reach also. And so if I click on one of these, so boom, same thing. You got a phone number there, you reach out to them. Now, these individuals that have made it to this first page of Google, they've done a great job, because even though you can pay to be here, this is just as valuable. Only thing is these will show up first. But these are going to normally be real players in this particular market. Again, some of them will be national companies that, just have that, spent that time and money and energy to get on the first page of a lot of major markets or whatever, but you still will have some of the locals here also, and you'll just reach out to them. Now, that's really fast, and it doesn't cost you anything to find cash buyers in this manner. All right. Now, the other way that you can do it, you're going to use real estate agents. And the reason that you're going to use real estate agents is because Most people that buy, fix, and flip, what they do is they buy it, sometimes using an agent, sometimes not. And then whenever they renovate the property to put it back out there to resell to make their money, they'll use a real estate agent because that's the most exposure that you can get going through a realtor when you're trying to sell a property, especially when you're trying to sell it for full price. A couple of ways you can search here. You can search by county, the city name, or the zip codes. So in this example, I'm going to search by zip codes. All right, and where we are, I didn't explain, this is PropStream, aka Dealulator. All right, now you can access this through my website, dealulator.com. Also, even though I'm going to show you just this one feature that it offers, this is the tool that we use every day to put deals together. It's one of the tools that we use, one of the main tools. But it's very effective in so many ways as far as just having data and information at your fingertips, whether on your laptop or desktop or even in the app version of it. So we're going to target realtors using this particular tool, and they've made it very simple to do that. So in order to start, we need to pick an area. So we're going to identify a particular zip code. I'm going to go with one of the ones local here to me, 35216. Now it pulls up all the properties just period in that particular zip code. But if I go up here to filters and quick list choices and select flippers, boom, it pulls up 9. Okay, so now once you do that, what you'll do is just simply click on the link. All right, it opens up that property. And if I go over here to MLS details, it actually has the real estate agent's name. That's their sale. That's their email address. And this is their office number. Now, some MLS services won't provide all that information depending on the market, but most of them will at least obviously provide their name and a lot of times the email address and the office number. In this situation, it provides their sale number, which is more valuable than any of it because there's probably going to be direct contact immediately if you want it. Okay, so now to dig a little deeper in it, just to make sure you have a pretty good link here. So this property is in an LLC. That's one identified as an investor. They own one other property in this LLC, which is cool. Sometimes you'll see a lot of them in one LLC. And then you can somewhat go back and see what they paid for. So back in September of this year, they paid $400,000, and now they're trying to sell it for $550,000. This is definitely a flipper. That's $150,000 difference. Now they probably put some money in it to renovate, but there's enough room in there for them to make money, obviously. And so they have it on the market. It's only been on there for 10 days at the date of this video. So what you'll do is you'll reach out to this particular agent. You'll say, hi, I see you have a listing at 720 Rockbridge Road. This appears to be a client that's flipping this property. Do you think they'll be interested in another property in this particular area? All right. Yes or no, it doesn't matter. If they say no, they probably can't do anything till they sell this one. That's fine. We'll say, do you have any other clients that may be interested in another property? And in most cases, agents that deal with investors, they have multiple clients that do this. So for the benefit to the agent, it's a win-win for you and the agent because now the agent may have an opportunity to make money when you wholesale the property to their client, and then when they renovate it, they get to make money again when they relist it to try to sell at retail price. So in most cases, they're going to be very, very receptive to your call. Now, you're going to always have idiots out there, but in most cases, it's just money that just fell out the sky for them and their potential client if you have a deal that you can pass along to them. Now, you just need to make sure you know it's a great deal or whatever, which I have other videos on helping you with that. All right, so we'll just look at another one here just really quick just to show you. All right, on this one, they paid $375. They're trying to sell for $555. And again, here's the agent sale number, their name, office number, email address. So it's just that simple. So you can see how quickly you can get right to actually real players in the game. Now, the agent is going to want to get paid. That's fine or whatever. They normally only want 3% of the deal, which is going to be a small portion of what you make in a lot of cases, but it's all negotiable for the most part. So, but those are the two ways. So the cash buyer side of it, you're going to do an agent, right? and you're going to use Google. So you're going to use this tool. And again, if you want the access to this tool, there'll be a link here in the description that you can tap on to sign up for it, to see a video also on how to actually use it beyond that. But the main thing is if you text the word time to the 205-964-5243, you should see that on the screen here. We'll actually train you on how to use it beyond this particular example right here, and you're going to be amazed if you never used it before. And for those that already have it and you sign up through Dealulator and you want the training, that's open to you all also. All right, so now let's get over to finding a deal for your buyers. Okay, so let's talk about finding deals. All right, now the simple thing you can do is use other wholesalers as your source for actual deals. One of the great things about this business is networking. And a lot of wholesalers, some of them are new just like you are, they have the ability to find a deal, negotiate it, put it under contract, but they have no idea on how to move the deal. All right, so that's where you step in because you watch this particular video and you have buyers ready to go, or you know how to find buyers that would be ready to go, assuming that it's a great deal. Still, it has to be a great deal. And in some situations, the wholesaler doesn't know what a great deal is, but there still may be an opportunity to go back to the seller to discount a little more. Now, in the description of this video, I'll have a link there on the video to show you how to determine if you have a great deal or not also. So now you will know, even if they may not know. So if they can go back to the seller and negotiate a great deal, renegotiate the contract, then boom, you already have a source to provide a buyer for that. Okay, so how do you find these wholesalers? A couple of things you can do that are real simple is, again, we're going back to the internet. Really simple, simply use two methods, right? Well, really three, but two of them are in the same place. Craigslist. All right, and it's really easy to identify wholesalers. A lot of times the ads are going to basically give it away in the way they describe it. Handyman special, great deal, hot lead, won't last long, things of that nature, right? And so you'll reach out to them. And in Craigslist, of course, you'll be able to even probably email them, or maybe they'll provide a phone number. And you find out what they have, and you just be transparent with them and say, hey, how long have you had it? Or have you had trouble moving this property, a lot of interest or whatever. And so from the numbers that you run on the property, assuming that they've given you the address, you can tell or not if there's an opportunity after you go through my video and determine what's a great deal or not. Okay, so once that happens, now it gets down to how you and the wholesaler are going to negotiate the deal. Or they're just going to give you a price, and whatever you make above that, you keep. Or you are going to go 50-50, where you're going to get it at the same price that they have negotiated the deal for with the seller. That's all a part of negotiations. Both work. Obviously, the numbers have to work where everyone can make actual money. The other place that you're going to reach out and find deals is Facebook, using Facebook Marketplace and Facebook group, wholesaler Facebook group, or real estate investment groups for whatever particular market that you're targeting. And that's just simply going to Facebook and doing a search there for those particular groups that are focused on real estate investing, or even more so on wholesaling. And so with that being said, now you have a source to actually target potential deals, and you're going to be a source for other wholesalers that are having trouble moving their deals. So, okay, boom. So now you have both in place. You have a way of finding buyers. Now you have a way of finding actual deals, motivated sellers using other wholesalers. There's one more thing that you can do on your own. Make sure that you actually get out there and drive for dollars, right? And driving for dollars is basically going out and looking for properties in a couple of ways. That the property is obviously vacant, and a lot of times you can tell that by the situation as for the way the yard is kept up. And it was not an automatic giveaway, but when a house is boarded up, The windows are broken out, front door may be open, you can see obvious fire damage, and so on. Now, that's one method of finding potential deals. Another way where you don't have to do a lot of research on it is targeting potential tired landlords, right? Which turn into potential motivated sellers. And what you want to look for there is houses that are for rent, and those houses that have the generic red and white, black and white, orange, black and white signs in there, because normally that means that's the owner because they just bought it at Walmart or Home Depot or Lowe's, somewhere that particular sign. And it's going to have their phone number there. So when you call them, I'm interested in this property, is it still available? Whether they say yes or no, you say, well, I'm not calling about renting the property, I'm calling about buying the property, and you just go into collecting the information there needed to potentially put a deal together. So now you know the fastest way to wholesale your first house. Again, make sure if you want the free training on how to use Dealulator, aka PropStream, text the word time to the 205-964-5243. You need to have signed up through Dealulator for us to work with you for free on that 30-minute training, and we'll get you an access on how to set up your time to fit around your schedule and hours. Make sure you like this, share it, subscribe to the channel, follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at AskFlipMan, and we will see you on the flip side.
Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. TikTok, you don't stop. I will help you make your paper stack. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? 205-964-5243. Now you know. 205-964-5243. Now you know.